Hey everybody, Weem here. Welcome back to Skyhome, episode number 6. I do want to apologize for the confusion, potentially, in that previous episode. I basically had an episode 5 and 6, and they were both really spread out. I was kind of reading a lot of stuff and figuring some things out, so I thought I would just kind of cut some things out and merge them together into one episode. So that's kind of what we got in that last episode. But what that does is gets us to this point where we actually have had a big influx of migrants, and I literally just went in and changed their names. So I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to go ahead and get the tool guy here. I'm gonna bring this over here. Utilities, and we want Dwarf Therapist. We gotta get this started. So you can see we have a lot of names here. Did we more than double? I can't remember, but I've been taking some of your names from the comments, some who asked to have their names in, some who didn't, and actually from our Discord channel as well, and including Vortax Discord channel. I jumped in there and grabbed some people as well. So anyway, we've got some names here. It's all alphabetized, may or may not be familiar to some of you, but and you may see your names in here unexpectedly if you've been watching and commenting. But anyway, I thought I would just kind of go through this really quick and just show you who is in here. We definitely have, like I said, lots of new names, but let me go to traits because I thought this was kind of fun. We've got all of these different traits here, and I was kind of looking through these. For example, violent. It looks like Muggle is our most violent, with Thomas and TJ kind of next in line. This is something I really didn't look into until today. This is the first time I actually added the traits tab so I could just look at the traits, which was pretty cool. If we look at cheer, prosperity, it's interesting. We have Mojo on top. One of the ones I was looking at that was pretty interesting, not art inclined, what was it? What was the one? Friendliness, I thought was kind of funny. We have Alexander Rhodes. He is the most friendly with sticks right there at number 2. So I thought that was kind of cool. They have some really cool ones in here. Greed, I haven't looked at Greed at all. Dusk is our most greedy with Reaper there at number 2. So anyway, you get the idea. Lots of cool information here. So I was kind of digging through that. I was looking through various roles and some of these other numbers as well. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up really quickly and show you all of the new names that have popped into here. And we'll dig some more into that stuff later, see what people are all about. But for now, we do have a lot of stuff to get to and a lot of things that I would like to tweak. So one of the things to note is that last time we were here, I was recording episodes 5 and 6 previously. Again, those became merged into episode 5. And then it's been about a week since I recorded those. So I've learned a lot more. I've been playing in a separate world that I've not been recording. Learned a lot more and thought, you know what, I want to change some things. And so I thought I would kind of talk you through some of those. Now, if I come down to here, we've got this stockpile area, and you'll notice that the indicator that for a stockpile is gone. What I did was I removed all of that. I'm starting to dig this guy out kind of to make this one large area. If I go down a level, I had the craftsman here, the carpenter here, and I think I had one other workbench here. I've removed those and I'm now making this a much larger area. I've got an area here for a refuse pile that's it's a pit, but I haven't assigned it. Oh, it is assigned. You can see the bottom right, refuse stockpile. So I did indicate this is a stock refuse pile, so this is the garbage essentially. And I'm making some little rooms near this so that we can put things in here like body parts, stuff like that, and we'll just kind of store those here. So the plan is this. Let me go back up a level. The plan is to basically make this one large room, and I'm going to basically set it to be the stockpile for everything. Then what I'll do is on the next floor down, I'm going to set out very specific stockpiles, wood, stone, furniture, things like that. And whenever I do that, I'll go back up and remove those from the stockpile here, as far as like the stockpile holding that. Now what I can do is you can put a stockpile in, for example, that says it's furniture, and then say that it pulls from another pile, and I can say that it pulls from here. But I think instead I'll just come up here and take furniture off of the list when I add a furniture stockpile. I don't really need to have it in the two places, move everything to one and then have them move it to the next one. I don't need to do that. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Now I actually put a fortification wall here, so you can see out on Stonesense it does an angled thing. This is kind of a wall they can stand behind and fire. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do this here almost like a window. So that's what that's looking like there. But let's drop down a level. So here, I actually had been talking about making this the Great Hall. That was the idea, and I was getting set for that. But I thought, based on the other things I wanted to do, if I go back up again, I want a stockpile for everything. Then I would get very specific stockpiles here. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to just make all of this work area. So, and this may expand and may get larger, but we'll put all the various workshops here. So they'll basically pull specific items from the level above. They'll pull those down. And then what we'll do is we'll go down one here and actually go down one more till we change the type of stone layer. And it's here that I'm actually going to set up a great hall. I want to set up an area to honor our dead. That's a thing that we are going to want to do. And all of that kind of stuff. We're going to have all of this here. I was thinking actually that this would be living space. I forgot about that. I think what I'll do is have this all be rooms and everything. So essentially, starting from the top again, we would just have these stockpiles, the work area, the place where they hang out, or sorry, their quarters, their living quarters, so the place where they live, and then below that, the Great Hall, the areas they would actually hang out and do, you know, other things. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking. A slight change to what I've been talking about before, but again, it's been almost a week, and I've had some time to think about it and play in some other worlds, so that's going to be the plan. But let me jump back up to the top. One of the things I wanted to look at was I had set a pasture area and thought that some of the animals would get moved in, but that wasn't the case. It's not automatic. So I want to just do something really quickly and kind of show you how that works. So I do need to set up a zone. I do have a zone here. If I select that, it looks like it's got all kinds of stuff picked here. I'm actually going to remove this. So I don't know if we'll take up that whole space. What's going on here? There we go. There to there. Okay, so that area is removed, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a web page. It's from the Dwarf Fortress site, from the wiki, and this is a thing that was called Grazer. Now I believe, again, I don't know a whole lot about this kind of stuff. What I do know is that this is somewhat out of date, and in the video I was watching, Das was saying that this was kind of out of date, but he still kind of used it to get an idea of things. And what I'm talking about is the actual pasture size for animals. So if we jump into here, we can see, for example, a donkey would prefer a 10 by 10 area, essentially. Animals have a grazer value and then a creature size, and then math gets done and determines the size area they need. I think it's kind of based on some other factors as well. But anyway, I thought I would just kind of use this to determine what we might do. So I'm going to move this off screen, and let's go ahead and put down a pasture by doing a zone. We're going to highlight this whole area. You can see that it's it has 70 tiles in it, essentially, that are going to work. If you had water in some of these, this would actually lower, 68 if there were 2 water tiles, for example. So 70 is the area we have to work with. I'm going to go ahead and do a pasture, so I'm going to hit N, and then I can actually hit Shift N to set the information here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that, and that's where you can see we've got all kinds of animals here. We have lots of dogs, we have some cats, some hens, things like that. So what I'm going to do is, I think the hens and roosters we're going to put underground, maybe the ducks too. Also, I can put turkeys down there because we'll use nest boxes for them. We do have a couple rabbits, so we could put some rabbits here. Now, a horse actually needs a pretty large area. I'm looking over at my other screen, and we need a 13 by 13 area, or 169 tiles, and we've only got 70 here, so that's not really going to work. The water buffalo, I remember looking at that. I'm looking over at the list. Water buffalo needs an 18 by 18 or 324. So we're going to have to do some of those pastures outside the walls. That's one of the things I was kind of thinking about after the fact. I thought, I probably could have walled in a larger area, but I think it's okay. So let's kind of go down through here. We have puppies, lots of puppies, and then we get into lamb and kittens. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not sure how much area the lamb needs, but I'm assuming it's not a whole lot, especially when compared to bunnies who only need 1. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lamb in here. I'm going to hit enter and assign it so it gets the 3 dashes there. And then we're going to back up and find the rabbits here. You. We get some more, right? Yep. This one. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to let that area be the place for those guys. And I'm not going to worry about the rest of them for now, at least not in this area that we've got assigned. Yeah, we have the lamb in there. Cool. So we're all set. We'll go ahead and escape out of there, resume. So an animal tamer, there you go. You can see them bringing them right away. So they're bringing the rabbits over here. They're going to get them set up. We do have a lamb. Here's the lamb. So somebody's probably going to come get the lamb and move him over. Oh wait, that's the ewe. There's the lamb. They're bringing the lamb in now. So that's cool. We're going to get those inside of there. Now, again, we need a whole lot of area for a horse. That's probably going to be an area outside here. Let's actually look at doing that right now. We're going to go ahead and pause, bring up the zone area, and looking over at my screen again, I'm looking through the list. Where'd the horse go? Can't remember exactly how much that horse needed. 13 by 13 or 169. Let's do that here. Move this over. Now at the bottom right, you can see selection, so I don't have to click down to see the number. I can see how many tiles I'm at, and so I need 13 by 13. This is a 13 by 13 right there, so I'm going to go ahead and select that. It says 165. Technically we need 169. I think that's because there are trees there, so we need to go a little bit farther than that. So let's do that again. Let's see, I was kind of going one off of here. And we have a 13 by, let's just go 14 by 14, which should be more than enough. 192, definitely. We're going to make that a pin. We're going to shift in, and then we're going to find that horse. Find that horse. We did have a horse, right? There he is. Okay, we're going to hit enter. Back out of there, and we will resume. So there we go. Now we've accounted for the horse. Now I'm going to go down into here, and I will set up an area for some of the other animals. I think it might be on the workshop level here. I might make some little side rooms for them, but I'll do that later, and set up nest boxes for those guys. So we're not going to worry about the rest of that stuff right now. Let's jump down here though and look at this area. Actually, I'm gonna have to think about this a second, because there's a couple rooms I want to account for right away, so I'm gonna look at that and think that over a bit, and then maybe I'll also set up these rooms up here for those animals, and then we'll come back. Okay, we had a fun little moment where Vorden had basically been taken with a fey mood, they say. And basically they get it in their head that they need to make or do something, and so he came and took over this craft dwarf workshop, and basically you can't use it. So I went ahead and made another one while he did his thing. It said he said, I need logs, and so I made this one so I could start making some nest boxes. He came back with some logs, and we just got the message that Vorden, the dwarven child, has created Lolumumgon, a cedar cup. So he's made a nice cedar cup. It has a name. That's very cool. So anyway, I do have the kind of room set out over here dedicated to where we will bring in the turkeys and stuff. So that's kind of ready. But I've been really kind of focusing on that. So anyway, what I want to do is I want to get this stockpile somewhat sorted. So let's just do this right now. What I want to do is I want to go to P. I want to go to a custom stockpile. And we're going to select the whole area here, basically down to there. Cool. We're going to change the settings, and we are going to enable everything here. Just do all of this. So that has everything is on right now. So that is set. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go down and do a few of these set to be very specific, as I'd mentioned before. So let's just do that really quick. I'm going to do a wood one for sure. So let's go ahead and do that. W, and we'll do that from the stairs down to here. I think that'll be good. And we can actually go in and get specific as well in the settings. So I just want to look. Trees and palms, chestnuts, thorns. I don't really need... Mostly I want the trees to work with. That's really what this pile is about. So let's just go ahead and let's see. I thought I could get very specific with these guys, but maybe not. Maybe that's when you go down one more level. There's a forbid option. I can allow all, which is done, or I can Block all. Okay, so anyway, I think that's fine. That just means all the wood stuff is going to go here. Not necessarily the crafted wood or anything, because, you know, furniture and everything, or blocks, that's not part of that pile, but that's cool. That'll get most of this stuff down there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set one for stone. Obviously, we have a lot of stone up here, taking up quite a bit of space, but we also don't necessarily, although I do see bins in here. I think this was kind of something that I did just recently. I made bins. I started telling bins to be up here, but there wasn't really an opportunity yet for those to get fully set up. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do that. We're going to go down here. We are going to set up a stockpile for stone, and we're going to highlight this area here. I think that's fine. And I will need to set the bins here, so I'm going to go ahead and do this now. We're going to go ahead and set there to be 5 bins here. We'll set there to be 5 here before I forget. And then let's go ahead and check the settings on this one too. So we go into stone. Okay, so this allows the permitting and the forbidding. Oh, because I think it's because it does have the sub items below. Okay, so ores is not necessarily what I want to put here. I kind of want this to be raw stone, so we're going to go ahead and forbid that. That's fine. I think that's fine as well. And not clay though. Clay we do some different stuff with, and I'm not quite ready for that, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then that means that we're going to just jump back up here, and I'm really only going to do this example. I have a lot of this to do, but I just wanted to show you what I was kind of talking about before. So I've set those down there. What I want to do is I want to come into stone, and I'm going to forbid the other ones. I was allowing these two down there, so I'm going to block them from here. And then I want to go into wood, and yeah, we're good there. I just need to disable at this level the wood entirely. So there you go. We can back this out. Now once again, I could have allowed this to keep wood here, and then also down below set this to be wood, and then told it to pull from the top one. But I kind of want to keep them fully separated. So you can see some of the wood starting to come down here, and hopefully we'll get some bins in here too. I probably need to set up some more bins through the bench here. We don't have a task for that right now. I think it's just N. Yep, see, you start to remember these things. So I'm going to go ahead and make a number more of these. I do think I have quite a few, so I guess that even that might be a little overboard. But we also have these areas here for drink and food. I'm going to change how these work, but I won't do that right now. We'll take care of that later. What I want to do just quickly is I want to see about making the nest boxes, so I can place these now. Nest boxes are one of the types of things you can't place in a planning mode. They actually have to exist already. I only have one. Okay, let's try that again. Let's see if I have, yeah. Okay, that's fine. So we've got the one down, and I'm waiting for more to be made. Those are being made here by Andy. He is cranking those out. You can see make wooden nest box. So I just need to get more of those going. You can see one getting brought over there. Alexander, thank you. He brought one over and put it in the place here. So we're gonna have to designate this area for those guys and get them moved down in here. But I think we're gonna go ahead and leave it at that. We've done. Oh, it feels like not much, right? Basically, I wanted to catch you guys up from the previous episode, rearrange the stockpiles as I've done, get into the pasture stuff, show you how that works. But in the meantime, I think next time I have you guys back here, I will have figured out where to put the other animals and hopefully have them in and everything, and then mostly have the stockpile stuff squared away. But I do want to thank you guys for stopping in. As always, I appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time.